Hey girls, it's Bree.
It's Cece.
It's Angela.
And you're tuned into
For the Girls.
I feel like we say that a little country. For the Girls.
Do
I don't know. It sounds, I don't know.
I mean,
maybe it's Angela's voice coming through.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's the country in me.
For the Girls.
For the Girls.
Welcome back to another episode. Wow, Dre is interrupting our set. So unprofessional, DeAndre. Wow. Before we jump in, I'm going to read a review from our episode, How Do I Let My Man Lead in a Relationship? Jade says, insightful and helpful. So many important elements were brought up today. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks, Jade.
Thanks, Jade.
We
Yes.
appreciate you, girl. We appreciate you. We're going to hop on in and pass it over to Angela.
All right, y'all. Let's do it. She would like to remain anonymous. Hey, ladies. First, want to say I feel blessed to have found your podcast.
Blessed.
You make my Thursdays better. Yes, honey. So basically, my question is, how long should the dating phase be? I've been dating this guy for a week short of a year. We've been doing check-ins every 3 months, seeing where we're at and all that. The first check-in in a relationship was discussed, and that was the goal. Then at the 6 and the 9 months, he basically said he wasn't ready and didn't want to deal with the responsibilities of a relationship. We're exclusive, and I fully believe he has been. We've gone on multiple vacations. I've met his family from out of state, and he takes me grocery shopping. Like, we do all the things. I don't understand, and that's something that will be discussed at our 1 year mark. When this 1 year check-in comes around and he says he still isn't ready, am I an idiot if I stay? My end goal is marriage, and I see a happy future with this man. I just don't know if I have love goggles on or what. Help a sis out.
You know what? We should have reached out to her because by now the one year mark has passed, and I wonder what happened, because that would be two different responses we would give. We're gonna respond as if it hasn't happened yet, the 1 year.
Yeah.
All right. Woo. Well, that was a lot.
I have a
I
lot of
know.
opinions
I
about
have
this.
some opinions already.
I
Oh, I
know.
Like midway
I know.
through.
Strong opinions.
Let's first
reading.
talk about how long should you date a man with no commitment if marriage is the goal.
So, okay, let's get some definitions here. Date a man with no commitment. That means your boyfriend and girlfriend, or you're just...
Or I guess how long should you stay in a relationship with no commitment if marriage is what you want? So boyfriend, girlfriend, and or dating, but basically not having any clarity of marriage has been spoken about. We're on the trajectory towards proposal, talking about rings and stuff like that.
3 months.
3 months?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3 months?
I agree, 3 months.
Okay, I was going to say a year.
For just dating?
Dating with no commitment?
No, wait, did I say it wrong?
So
boyfriend and
Hold
girlfriend.
on. The
a
question
year.
is, if you want marriage, how long should you stay in a relationship? Maybe I didn't say relationship. How long should you stay in a relationship with no promise of what the future holds?
Okay, so
okay,
that's different.
So
Right.
actual proposal vibes.
So
So that's what's throwing me off.
I agree.
I don't think they're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, but say it's
They're
a Breeze.
dating.
Breeze quite. I
She believes.
no, I think they're
they're
just
exclusive.
dating. That's what we were just
Yeah,
talking
they're
about.
not
That
boyfriend and
they're
girlfriend.
but they're
just
not even
dating.
boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right.
3 months. If that's... She should have left at the 3
3
months
months.
check-in.
When he said he wasn't ready.
Yes.
That was at the 9 month check-in.
Well, okay,
Yeah,
so at the
and
3
the
month
6.
check-in, she said a relationship was discussed. But at the 6 and the 9 month, he said he didn't want the responsibilities of a relationship. That's where it should have been peace out.
Yep.
Yeah, because if he, so this is where I'm confused, because if he's being exclusive, then that means he's in a relationship with you and no one else,
He just
because
don't
he's
want
only
the
doing
responsibilities.
dating things with you. That is a relationship.
See, I don't like that.
Without the title,
He
which
likes
is silly.
doing all the things, but if something comes up, it relieves him of all
Of the
responsibility.
burden.
Yeah, I bet he getting that booty, ain't he?
It ain't that ain't it.
And you know, like I have been the woman in the situationship
Yeah.
where I thought that we were, you know, in a relationship working towards the same goals that she's working towards. And I thought we were monogamous. found
You
out.
believed, right?
I
You
believed we were
believed.
monogamous because we spent so much time together.
That's
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm
that don't matter.
Like
That don't
like
matter.
I was staying over his house. We would go like out to like the parties holding hands, like very much so like on Front Street. But y'all, like the whole time he was fucking a bunch of shorties that I wasn't privy to, like when I wasn't there, you know? So like, you know, and I will say I was very naive in thinking that this man that had not actually given me true commitment. Yes, we were in a situation and we were dating and we were doing all the things. And so I thought that like, oh, you know, just because we haven't actually talked about it and like locked it down, that doesn't mean anything. Like we're like together. We were not together.
Sis.
At least they're checking in.
Yeah.
I was the fool who was like, I think we're still working towards it. Like didn't even check in. Like
this is worse.
he's telling her like what it is.
Like actual check-ins, like things that a boyfriend and girlfriend do intentionally. They have actual like let's check in every 3 months, and every 3 months he's saying,
says, "Nah,
it ain't
I'm not
it."
ready.
What?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
And I will say it's about the cheating thing, like her believing that
She
being
believes, yes,
exclusive.
Ooh, that one hit me hard.
The
too.
way that my ex got me was when he was at work, he found some time during his work hours to go be with and do whatever. And he would FaceTime me at work and all of that. So I would be like, oh, so like when I would call him or FaceTime him and he didn't answer at work because he wasn't working, he was doing something else, I thought he was just really busy at work and couldn't answer the phone or entertain me at that moment. And so it doesn't matter how much time someone spends with you. It doesn't matter if you met their family or not. It doesn't matter how many vacations you go on.
Preach.
Dudes have women in Rolodexes ready to go. Next one, next one, next one, next one. So that means absolutely nothing. He is being completely upfront and honest and telling you he doesn't want a relationship with
right?
you.
I don't even think he's selfish.
So to say that he's being exclusive with you,
And the thing is, she believes.
It's like, so are y'all exclusive friends?
That wasn't part of the check-in conversation. Like, she believes that he's being exclusive. Sis.
we are coming for this man's
I know.
neck
I'm
right
sorry.
now.
I'm sorry, girl. But you let it here.
We're exclusive. I'm about to annotate
I think also
this.
part of this is like during their check-in, she's not asking the right questions.
Clearly.
You know, and I think that asking the right questions is really one of the keys to good communication.
Yeah.
She's asking just enough to keep her hopes up of like, okay, well, he's not ready now, but maybe in the next 3 months he will be ready.
These check-ins are throwing me off.
And instead of asking the questions of, okay, hold up, what are we doing? Because, you know, at month 3, you said this, and now you're here. What happened? Are we still exclusive with each other? What is your intent? Where do you see this going? And am I wasting my time?
Yeah. The thing is picture a street, like, you know how you have like the fork in the road and you can go left or you can go right. Like she's saying she wants to go right. She wants to head this way towards marriage and family and whatever. And every time they get to that fork in the road, he's choosing this way and she's following here. And every time that fork comes again, she's going here. So now
That's
you're further and
wild.
further away from what you ultimately want because you keep choosing to follow something that's opposite of what
And
you
every 3
even
months,
communicated.
make another fork.
You
Make
need.
another fork.
You get further and further over
It's
here.
just, girl.
But I do want to know because we're past the 1 year.
Yeah, I'm
so she needs to
interested.
write
Like,
in.
if we're completely wrong, and at the 1 year mark, he's like, "Let's do it."
Yeah.
Good.
I would be
But
very surprised.
I
Very surprised.
would, and I would be like, "Congrats, sis," because that was not what I was gathering
Yeah.
from this. Because, okay, back it up. No one should have that's. I feel like if you're not committed, you shouldn't be checking in like that. That's just wasted. Like, I get
You're
that you're
friends
you're
at that point.
communicating. I get that you're
Yeah.
communicating, but and the 3 month check-in was cool, you know. But at the 6 and the 9, like, you should be doing that with a nigga that wants to do it with you.
Yeah. At this point, it's a year. So Listen, my husband has this saying that it doesn't take all day to recognize sunshine.
Oh my God.
If a man wants you and he's serious about you and he wants you to be his wife, he's not going to keep kicking the can down the road to make that happen. If he's really about you and he wants to be with you, he's going to make that very clear in the beginning. And he's going to move in a way to show you and prove to you that he's about you. I'm not saying that he's going to propose to you in the first 3 months. However, he is going to, his actions will show you that he is clearly about you. He's going to make sure that he locks it in and you're very clear about it. Okay. Like when me and Shane got together, we dated for like 2 months casually. And then after that, at 2 months, he was like, I need to lock this girl in before I lose her because I know that she's the one. And it's good that he did because, you know what I'm saying, I had options of my own. But I say all that to say that I really do believe, and I've seen it not just in my own relationship, but all of the healthy relationships that I know. A man is not going to waste his time nor yours if he knows for a fact that you are the one that he wants to lock it down with.
Especially if you've expressed it. You know, I just remember me and Sean, we met after like the first 2 weeks of dating, which y'all are doing. I told him I want commitment. And if I don't get it, I'm not going to waste my time. Real point blank simple. Yep. Sean was like, damn, like it's like that. I'm just like, yes,
it's
I'm
like
sorry.
that.
It's like that. And then 2.5 months in, at New Year's, my man turned to me and said, let's be committed. And later he told me he did that because he did not want to lose me.
Yeah.
Yep. I was worth that much to him. He was like, I didn't, I wasn't necessarily like going that route, but I knew you were somebody special enough that I did not want to lose.
Yes.
And he committed to me and we were exclusive.
I think what I'm
like there was no believing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What I'm seeing here is that, she has probably clearly expressed what she wants, and after each quarter, when they check in, he's telling her like, yeah, nah, I'm not really wanting to go down that road. She's like, oh, okay, and then you just continue
the things that he's doing to kind of keep her around. It makes her feel like they're in that because they're taking vacations.
Right. He's doing just enough to keep her
family. It's like a little, here you go.
Yeah.
Until I'm ready. No, that ain't it.
We don't work like that.
We don't work like that.
Yeah.
You should not be working like that. Especially if you're that's energy to sit down and be like, we gonna have a check-in. I'm not about to check in with you if I am not intentional about you.
Yes. Like if I don't have accountability to you because we're not in a relationship. Yeah. What are we checking in
The
about?
whole point of the check-ins is to move forward.
The whole we're exclusive thing makes absolutely no sense to me because he can say that, you could feel that and think that like there has to be a commitment. And a commitment is not him saying he's being exclusive. It's saying I'm in a relationship with you. And it's been way too long. So hopefully, he surprised us because
How long did you and Dre date before it was?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wait, maybe we should ask Dre.
I was saying, y'all know my timelines be off. Wait, let me say what I think. The day I moved to DC, he asked me to officially be his girlfriend. I was like, dang.
So like from when y'all reconnected that second time to then, how much time was that?
2 months. 2 months, was that right?
Mine was 2 months as well.
2.5.
So 2 months.
I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. Stop giving these men as much leeway as you're giving them.
I've had quite a few girlfriends, and I've done this many times myself, where we stayed in a relationship in the hopes that he'll change, in the hopes that he'll see our value, in the hopes that, all of the acts of service and love and blowjobs that I'm doing for this man that it'll like, get him to see my worth and that I am wifey. You know what I'm saying? But out of all the times that I've done it and all the times that I've seen my friends do it, they end up wasting their time, and time's one thing you can't get back, especially as a woman. Like, the one thing you don't want to waste as a woman is time with a man who's not committed and does not have the intent of committing to you.
He wants to be married. I'm going to put it to you like point and blank and simple before we move on. And I'm sorry if this is harsh. You are wasting your time. And not only are you wasting your time, it's keeping you off the market. And it's keeping you off the market to the point where you might be missing out on your actual husband.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And that's the hardest
for
thing.
someone to sit here and tell you they want to go on vacations. They want you to sit and come to these family events. He wants to go grocery shopping with you. But I don't want the responsibility if shit goes south. Like, I've saved myself my ass by saying we're not in a relationship.
I don't want to do the hard work. I don't want you questioning me. I already
told you I didn't want a relationship. I mean, he saved his ass.
Yeah.
He really did.
Honestly,
so you can't even get mad at him.
I'm not mad at him at all because he's being very upfront and candid. I actually had a homie like this. He was a catch, great guy, but he was not the relationship type of guy. But he was so sweet, and he would like cater to these women into like these relationships in a way that it would make women feel like they were the one and they were special. But he would let them know up front, like, look,
that's not what it is.
This is not that. Like, I like you, and I want to continue to have fun with you, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not a boyfriend. I'm not here to be your boyfriend. And it's like, you can't be mad at someone when they show you their cards up front, when they tell you who they are, where they tell you where their intentions are.
Think about it, I just have a friend who was doing this for years with a person, like going grocery shopping, staying at this person's house, taking care of their pet, hanging out with the family, doing all of that. This person went and found another person. And when this person told her to her face that I'm in a relationship, and she was like, what the fuck? You know what that person said to her? You were delusional this whole time. And you know whose fault it was?
Hers.
Yeah.
Hers.
The thing is, we've been telling her.
So
I hate that this is turning out like so like.
I'm sorry. We got to move on.
So aggressively.
Let's talk about, because
how do you get out?
Our hopes is that she leaves this situation and finds someone who is ready to commit, because that's what she deserves. What things are acceptable and appropriate to do when there is no commitment versus when there is a commitment? So like meeting family and trips and all that. Like what do y'all feel?
I think going on dates and having fun. Yeah.
Right.
Taking a trip.
I'll take a trip.
Going on dates, that's fun.
Yeah.
But once you start getting into family, like at that point,
that's
you're
like a man's way to trick you into thinking, making you think you're like the one.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
without a commitment.
Definitely not. You shouldn't be meeting any family. Like I would say Shane is the first man I brought around my parents.
Nice.
Because I knew that all the other situationships that I was in weren't substantial. Yeah. They weren't gonna last. So why would I bring one of these niggas around my mom and my dad when I know that he's not gonna be around that long? Mm-hmm. So I never really brought any men around. Now I did go on a few trips.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
ain't nothing
fun.
wrong with trips.
And I will take that. But also, I'm not going to really give all of myself to someone who's not willing to commit to me. And like, I know, like, and I'm gonna be very blunt with this. This is something that a lot of women do. And it's so simple. They let their men have sex raw with them and without the commitment. First of all, super fucking scary. You don't know where else his dick is going.
Especially he doesn't want the responsibility, right? Of a relationship.
So I think that like that's another boundary that you can put in place, is like, oh, until we're exclusive, yeah, we can have sex, but you're not going raw in me. You're not,
Exactly.
you know, like there has to be some
And
boundaries.
I think we all associate being exclusive with being in a relationship. So that's what was weird to us about the write-in, is that you said that you
boyfriend,
all are
girlfriend.
being exclusive,
But you're
you're
not.
not in a relationship. So that's not being
I'm
exclusive.
sorry.
So even
Exclusive.
maybe not use that word with him, but say until we're in a relationship, I don't feel comfortable continuing X,
And
Y,
you
and
should
Z.
also take away playing house.
Yeah.
Like, y'all should not be
Girl.
going grocery
shopping. Don't be doing his laundry.
Don't be
Cooking,
cooking his meals. You are giving
cleaning.
him everything on a plate, and he literally says,
He doesn't have to work for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I might as well. You know what I mean?
Honey, he has his cake and he's eating it too.
Exactly.
You know, I feel
And
like
the moment
I feel
he
like
finds
like an
somebody-
Italian right now. talking
Moment
with my
there's a
hands.
girl that like, oh my God, I gotta have that one, and he dumps whatever y'all had going on.
telling
All
you.
he has to say is, well, I told you.
I've
you weren't in
seen
a
it. I've
relationship.
seen it.
Yeah.
Shit, I've seen it happen to me. I've seen it happen to girlfriends. It's very, very common. And
A
it's
year is
unfortunate
a
because,
long time to
And-
date
and it's like,
somebody.
you know, I'm going to have to give this a little bit of a reality check. You know what's up.
I think she does too.
You know what's up, and you're trying to convince yourself that it's something different. Oh, maybe if I wait a little bit
Because
longer.
of the
Maybe if I wait a little bit
vacations and the
longer.
family
You know what I'm
and all
saying?
that.
But at the end of the day, you're not hurting anybody but yourself. You're not wasting anybody else's time but yourself. You have to take more accountability. This goes for everybody in every situation. You have to take accountability for yourself and your decisions. Okay. A lot of people make bad decisions when it comes to relationships. A lot of people. Bad decisions in who they decide to marry, bad decisions in how long they stay in a relationship that's no longer serving them. You know, like, it's just like you have to be more accountable to your decisions of your life. If you know what you want, you need to be pursuing that. If you are with someone or in a situation that is not leading you down that path, you need to exit.
Let me also say this: if she does decide to leave and, you know, set that boundary, go her own way, there is a chance that he realizes, like, oh man, like, I actually lost her. And if that happens, then great, it was meant to be. If he comes back, it was all worth it. And if not, hallelujah, you can stop wasting your time. So either way, both options are great, but doing what you're continuing to do right now doesn't get you
And these little
your man.
check-ins,
I think it's
honey.
your goal.
yeah.
These check-ins. Ooh, Lord. I think she done took like a play from a married person's book, an engaged person's book.
And gave it to a single brother.
Gave it
Yeah.
to no. The check-ins are meant for someone who deserves that energy and that time. He is telling you he doesn't deserve it. He told you, I don't want this responsibility. Like, he said it. Like, you got to believe
He probably
people.
only agreed to the check-ins because he gets booty after.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You gotta believe people when they tell you.
No, I
That's
know.
the problem. A lot of people don't believe people when they tell
they
you
tell
who
who
they
they
are.
Yeah.
I get that actions are telling you one thing, but some people literally are straight up and tell you, I don't want this, and you like choose not to believe them. And it's wild to me, because when you end up getting hurt, you're like, I should have listened to him. Wait, yes, you should have. You should have listened to him. I think a lot of people, and just even in situations outside of relationships, I think a lot of people don't realize you have so much control over how your life goes, and you think you don't. You have freedom to choose how your life goes.
Choices,
You're
man.
not stuck to this person because you love them and you guys go grocery shopping and you play house and you met his mom and she's wonderful and all that. I get it. I've been down that road. But he is not giving you what you deserve and what you want. And you have the choice. You don't have kids with him. You're not married to him. You have the choice to go, what was the thing you did, Bree? That way.
The fork
Take
in
the fork in the road that serves you, not him. And as great as his mama might be, she know what's up. You
Oh,
ain't the only
yeah.
girl she meeting and hanging
Listen,
out with.
this is her son. She knows
She
her
knows.
son. She knows how many girls came before you, and she probably be like, "Oh, honey, it's nice to meet you." Okay.
yeah,
I mean-
I've been there.
So hoping that our good sis leaves him, because I think that's what you need to do, honey. It's way easier said than done, right?
Yeah.
It is. You know, so like I would say when I was in this this same scenario. You know, the point that made me realize I gotta leave this motherfucker alone is when we came back one night from a club per usual, because that's who I was back then. And this other chick, as we were walking into the apartment complex, this other chick walked up and was like, so-and-so, like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then Shorty started to get up in my face. I'd never seen Shorty in my life, didn't know who she was, but she was obviously also his bitch, and I was his other bitch, and we just happened to now encounter each other, and it just like blew up. Like me and her were about to fight, and I'm like, why am I like getting all aggy over like this nigga and like this shorty who like I don't even know, and like now like me and her going at it, and I'm like bawling, crying. I ended up getting in an Uber and going home, and like in my Uber ride I was like, fuck this. And this wasn't the first time that something like this had happened. I had cried so many times over this nigga, over like, you know, bitches just popping up, and then I was like, oh well, you know, he would say something sweet and then we move on, whatever, right? But like this was the last time, and then I knew that if I didn't take some type of drastic action, that he would call me and we would get right back to it, right?
And that's so like probably what this guy is gonna
absolutely do. So you need to like sometimes it requires you to do something drastic to be able to just actually leave the situation. Because I know it's harder
control over it. That's the main thing, is that you have given him all control. Like you're just going with the flow and allowing him to dictate what you and he are doing as a unit. And it's like basically he's getting to reap the reward of being with you. He gets all the things of being in a relationship with you, but the title isn't there. So then the responsibility and the commitment then allows him to do whatever he's doing without any guilt, without feeling bad, because he's just being honest. And at the end of the day, like I said, if you walk away, only two things can happen, and either one is great. Either you find out I was wasting my time, he's not the one, and great, move on. Or on the other hand, he gets his act together and realizes you don't get this without that. And before we started the episode, I said something about it's like showing up to, or not showing up to a job, but they're paying you a salary anyways. It's like you're paying him a full salary. Right. Meanwhile, he ain't even showing up. Yeah. That makes no sense. He's not meeting any of the requirements, but yet you're writing him a check every month.
Yeah.
That's silly.
You know, and I think like sometimes these actions that need to be taken, yes, it can be as simple as blocking somebody.
I'm a firm believer in blocking.
Me too.
Like on all the things, all the platforms, all the phones.
I got a lot of niggas blocked in my phone.
Emails,
even now,
Instagram.
I'm married. I'm like, I don't even know who this number is anymore, because I deleted him and blocked him. So I'm just like 2406. Well, I don't know. It doesn't even matter. It's gonna stay blocked. But you know, like blocking them from all platforms, like really just like making sure like there's no way for them to communicate with you at all. Yeah. You know, like,
and do not try the friend route. Don't be like, we'll just be friends. Because at the end of the day, if y'all were having sex, it's not going to end up being nothing but you getting dragged back and forth into getting hope, feeling like it might be something else. Then you see him with a girl and now you're feeling away. You play the friend role and think, oh, if I stay a friend through that. I've done seen that movie.
Me too, girl. That was me too.
Jump ship. Jump ship. You can grocery shop with a lot of other people. You also could just grocery shop by yourself.
Right. Or, I mean, if you really can't, like if you find yourself getting pulled back into whatever this situationship is, like you need to take control of your life, and whatever is drastic is a habit. It's a bad habit. That's what he sounds like. You need to do whatever is drastic enough to get you out that habit. Mm-hmm. Like drug addicts, they have to take drastic actions to get out of that addiction, whether it be rehab, whatever. They have to get to a point where they have to take drastic actions to get away from their habit. Yeah. If you need to do something as drastic as moving away, changing your phone number, whatever, to get out of this situation and take control over your life again to get towards your ultimate goal of marriage and being with someone who is worthy of your check-ins, then do it, sis. Like it's so, like you said, it's very easy to fall back into same habits. And that's when things start getting toxic. Oh, we're just friends, but we did this thing the other day. It was an accident. Or we went to happy hour to hang out. Or, oh my gosh, he's with a new girl, but he says he can't even fathom seeing me with another guy. Like, it's like, oh my God, the amount of energy that you're putting into just even being this person's friend is taking away your freedom.
And your blessings.
Girl.
So we have one question that we need to answer before we give our final. I mean, I think we made it very clear what she should do
from the beginning.
But when a man is on the fence, does doing future things without a commitment make that man more inclined or less inclined to fully commit? That's hard.
Okay, so that one's difficult because I'm not a man. However, just based off what I know from patterns of men that are married, it's not a question, like regardless of whether you're playing house or not. Like some people will say, oh, we've been living together for 7 years. If I take it away, then he'll pull the plug and marry me. And then it doesn't happen. No, I think if someone wants you, they want you, and they make it clear that they want you, and they do the things to show you that they want you. Again, it is not science.
I think
really
dating
simple.
Is way more simple than we make it.
Yes.
And it's like, even this question with like, does doing something that's more future, like giving a glimpse almost of like what life would look like with you. It might be the meeting the family, or it might be staying the night and cooking and cleaning and doing all the things. If a man wants you week 1, month 1, because of the conversation, because he's getting to know you, because he likes your energy, because you guys want the same things, I don't think that rushing into future things, if that person isn't committed yet, will change the trajectory. I think that you'll know from their actions, and that it's like important to pay attention to.
So okay,
go
ahead.
I am who I am regardless of who I'm with or who I'm around. And that goes for any of the relationships that I've ever been in. I'm obviously a much more matured woman now, but I entered my relationship with my husband initially in the same manner and same way that I entered any relationship prior to him. And so like when I'm with a man, I'm very loving, and I love to I'm very much like an acts of service type of woman. Like I love to just like clean up, first of all, because I'm just very like neat and orderly. So if I go and you just have like a very like much so a bachelor pad, I'm like, if I'm gonna be here, it needs to work for me. So I will go in and I will clean and I will cook and I will do those things because I genuinely want to do those things. But I will say I did those things with someone who had no intent of me being their wife or in their future or even having a true commitment. And I did those things with my husband. And even though I did them with both, my husband had the intent. He knew it doesn't take all day to recognize sunshine. This is the woman I want. This is the woman I don't want to lose. This is the woman I intend to go the long haul with and see like ultimately work towards marriage. The other man, which is like, oh, bet. Now my apartment's clean and I'm fed and you know what I'm saying? Like I got some butt, but I'm not gonna, I don't have the intent to like do anything like further. So I don't think that, the going above and beyond of actions of, playing house is going to sway somebody left or right. They know what they're going to do or what they want regardless.
I do think it depends on the guy, right? Let's say we have A guy and B guy. A guy wants marriage, wants a future, wants all of that. B guy is a Tatiana out here doing whatever, doesn't want a relationship. So let's say you're in a relationship with both of these guys and they're at that point of you feeling like, ooh, like, you know, we're at that point. Like, is he going to commit? Are we going to make it a thing? I think that doing the future things for the guy who wants marriage, when he sees those wifely things and those family things and those marriage oriented things, that would make him more comfortable with taking the leap and committing, because you're now mastering and showcasing things that he wants. For a B guy who doesn't want that, I think it could actually scare him off, because he's like, yikes, I see what she's on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And it's very similar to what you just mentioned. It's like, you can do all the things. It doesn't matter what you do. It matters about the man and what he wants, and not just what he wants, but what he wants specifically from you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's really not much. It's really simple to me. Like,
This is like the first write-in where Angela immediately was like, nope.
It's a no for me.
Usually Angela okay guys, let's break this down.
Devil's advocate.
Okay, so
Let me annotate it.
Let's see. Okay, so here she said, okay, what does that really mean? Angela's just like, no, it's a no.
Because it ain't. I've seen it so many times, and it's happened to me. I did the whole house thing, and but this person was like, oh, I'm your boyfriend, but was out doing crazy non-boy, like, you don't want to be my boyfriend. You think you do, but you don't, because you are doing the things that are not.
Or you were, because of the benefits of me doing the girlfriend thing.
Exactly.
So it was
Which
easy.
It's just like, it's so simple. And I think that you've wasted a year of being off the market. Now, I will say that I hope you learn something from this.
Yeah.
And then it's not a complete waste, because you've learned, like, you probably shouldn't be having check-ins with a man that is not committed to you, because that is so intentional for someone who is not being intentional with you.
And honestly, the intentionality of it, even after he already told you, like, what's up, is like, okay.
Well, let's see what he thinks in 3 more months at our next check-in.
His mind's not going to
Giving him
change.
that type of power, that's what I don't like.
Right.
It's like, you have given him all the power, all the control, and you just keep showing up.
Yeah.
And keep paying that bill, even though he ain't doing his
Giving
job.
him that salary.
So I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
It's a hit the hills running. And definitely update us and let us know. If he gave you the same I'm not ready commitment speech, then this episode is perfectly fitting. If for whatever reason he did commit,
15-month joint,
then this is for all those women out there who are in the same situations.
Because I don't like when people do that. I'm not going to just put it on men, because I know there's women out here who do put a hold on someone. Like, that is so unfair to that person.
I did that too. It's so fucked up.
Fair to that person.
Like I had it done to me, and then I absolutely 100% did that to men, where it's just like, oh, I just keep him around for convenience.
Yeah, that's not okay.
And like I'll show him like the attention that I think that he wants and whatever, but I'm still over here doing my own thing.
And
like,
why? Because it has a benefit to it. Because he was either paying for something, taking you somewhere, making you laugh, whatever. So there's always a benefit that's being exchanged that makes what he's doing make sense.
And it was karma when it happened back to me, because I really, like, at the time, I really thought like the nigga was like I was like in love with him, which it wasn't love. It was me being young and foolish
and hopeful, and you had a vision, and you're trying to make this person fit into this vision, and that's what it sounds like. She likes that she's met the mom and the family, and we go grocery shopping, and we cook, and we go on vacations. Like, it looks like what it's supposed to look like, but it's not what it's supposed to be. It's putting lipstick on the pig. That's what it is right now. You gotta.
I've never heard that. That's very country.
You never
Putting
heard
lipstick on the pig?
Yes.
Look at Drake.
Wow. Oh, I guess Dre's heard it too.
I mean, it's a very common.
Listen.
Anyway.
Anywho, the only feeling that's worse than not being committed to is then being committed to out of like desperation or pleading for that commitment. And I feel like if it takes you time to convince somebody to be with you, does that actually feel good? You know, like that can't feel good.
Yeah.
So even if at this point he's like, yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and be with you, he's probably just worked up a plan to be with you and still do what he want to do on the side anyways, unfortunately. So I think there's someone way better out there for you.
We love you, girl. And I'm
Please block
sorry,
him.
but this is a little bit of tough love.
Please block
we've
him.
just seen it too many
Block
times.
him. Don't let him come in your house. Don't let him come to your door.
Angela is gun
She
ho.
is cutthroat this episode.
You need to block that man.
What our picture needs to be for the. Get out of here. Get out
Like,
of here.
it ain't it. Yes.
So definitely write in. Let us know what ended up happening. Did he commit? Did he not? We hope not. We hope that you are on your journey of new and open singleness and you're going to find your man and he's going to commit the way a man should commit.
Exactly.
But let us know. And if you guys are watching, listening, make sure to leave a comment and or review and give our sis your advice. Have you gone through this before? And then if you have a story that you want to write in and get real-time advice, go to relationshipRestore.com and fill out the Help a Girl Out form. Follow us on the gram at Brianna Ponte, at Cece Costin, at Angela Hannah, and at Relationship Restored.
Bye.